Hello everyone, here's my experience with COVID so far, and it's not done yet. Day one, I woke up with a tickle in my chest. I could just feel something in my chest, and I started with an occasional cough. That was day one. But I knew right away that it was COVID. How? Because my wife had it. And it just made sense that, oh, that's it. That just started it off. So that was just day one. A little bit of a cough. Overall, felt pretty good. And I slept good that night too. Day two, I get up. Still same thing. Cough, a little bit of a cough. Feel something in my chest. But by that afternoon and later into the evening, I developed a very slight fever. Wasn't much. It was a slight fever. And overall, I still felt pretty good. On the morning of day three, I had no taste or smell. Weirdest thing ever. It's kind of novel, but it's still very weird. And I'd still get cravings. Later on, I'd get cravings for I really wanted a root beer, right? You can't taste the root beer, but I really wanted a root beer. So you know what? I had a root beer anyway. Just really wanted it, and it was oddly satisfying in some weird way, but it just didn't, you couldn't taste it. It's just so weird not to taste. On day three, I also had an appointment to get tested, even though I knew it would be a positive result. I went and did a test at Walgreens. I got pretty tired, and I took a nap, and when I woke up from that nap, I shouldn't say immediately when I woke up. I woke up numerous times during my nap, freezing, just shivering, just had the chills, horribly bad. And when I got up from that nap, after about 2 hours, I had a fever of 102.3, which caused me some concern. So I took some Tylenol. I can't take aspirin or any other related products as I'm allergic. And it did help a little bit and stabilize my fever. And that was all on a Friday, so, I called some doctors and things, but everybody's closed. If you got to get treated, you got to go to some immediate care or an emergency. And I just wanted to talk, see if I could get anything. But nope, you can't, because it's a weekend, and you're not allowed to get sick on weekends. No one gets sick on a weekend, right? Okay. Tried to sleep. Day 4. We have been sleeping in separate beds. Since I knew my wife had it, I didn't join her. But, we're sharing everything else. So, I got it. On day 4, I woke with rib pain. It's like I got kicked in the side, right down in here. Like I took a good roundhouse to the side without wearing my chest protector. Yeah, I do know how that feels. It was it felt bruised to the touch. So it's hard to sleep, hard to lay on. If I laid on the side that wasn't bruised, just the gravity of it all pulling down, I felt that. If I laid on it, of course, well, I'm laying on what feels like a bruise. So all I can think of is that was from the coughing. I was up. I'd go to bed for a few hours, I'd wake up, and I'd just hack and hack and hack for 30 minutes. And then I'd fall back to sleep. I could sleep for 5 hours. So that was pretty cool. So this is day 4. My fever on day 4 did come down, but overall I felt just a lot of aches. Just the headache. I'd wake up with the headache at the back of the head. As the day progressed, it'd be right in the middle of my face. Pretty nasty headache, and it would subside a little bit. I'd take over-the-counter meds like Dayquil type stuff and then NyQuil type stuff at night, and then supplement with additional acetaminophen as I could. The head was bad. My fever went down. The max fever on day 4 was 100.3, so I was grateful that was coming down. I spent a lot of time in front of the television I guess I'm grateful for Netflix and YouTube and all the garbage that's on there to help pass the time. But it's brutal just sitting there wishing you could do something, but I couldn't. And that was day 4 was pretty tough. It's just a pretty rough day. Feeling pretty lousy. Go to bed, fall asleep. It took a long time to get comfortable with the rib pain. Fell asleep, was up at 12:15. Stayed awake for about a half hour, hacking and coughing again. So this is day 5 now. And I took another, like a NyQuil type tablet. And after a half hour of hacking and coughing, that subsided. And I was able to fall asleep again. And when I got up around 8 in the morning, still woke up a few times. I slept good until 6:18 from when I went to bed at after the coughing fit. So that was around 12:45 a.m. So that was a pretty good stretch. I got up after 8 and my fever had gone down. It was just 99. Some people might say that's not a fever, but for me it is. I'm not 98.6. I'm always colder than that. So it's definitely a little fever. Still would have the chills. And even to this day, I get hot. Just something kicks in and I just get hot. It's miserable. But I was feeling better, a little bit better on day 5. You know, that was big. It was kind of a big improvement. Day 6, I did not have a coughing fit. Woohoo! So no waking up, hacking, coughed a little bit before going to sleep. However, I just could not get comfortable. I still had getting just really hot. Just get really hot, burn up, and then get kind of cold. Yet there wasn't much of a fever. And then the rib pain still was annoying me. And that's day 6. Also very huge on day 6. No fever. Still getting hot. Still not much of chills, but still getting hot. Body aches, to say the back pain kind of started. Rib pain's not as bad, but just getting pain in the back. Through all this, though, the body aches, definitely have had body aches that have improved as the fever went away. The nurse called, what is she, the county nurse? I think she's county nurse, because I was chalked up as having the disease. So a nurse called me, talked to me a little bit. Actually, I had called her on Friday, and this was on a Monday, because everybody's closed. Yeah, for day 6. And we chatted a bit, asked if I had any questions, and my biggest question was, when can I start kissing my wife again? She had a pretty good answer, which essentially said, get at it, because she's at it. So it's not going to make a difference for her. So it's like, woohoo! But then you got to wonder, you know, if she leaves the house and is still close contact with me, you got to protect yourself maybe. So I don't know. But the nurse was like, oh, I wish more people had questions like that. Oh, yeah. Love my wife. And maybe you noticed I haven't shaved in like 5 days. So that's kind of weird. Yeah, makes me fuzzy. Which brings me to today. Today is day 7. Still was very uncomfortable sleeping. I did not have any coughing attacks. No big fits for sleeping. I was just laying there awake. I did not take anything to help me sleep. I'm not a fan of drugs. I don't like to be on them if I don't have to. I like to evaluate myself by letting things wear off and then see if I have to take something. I didn't. I mean, I wasn't coughing. I didn't have a bad headache. My fever was nearly non-existent yet. And so I didn't take anything. Went to bed, but it just could not fall asleep. I had a really hard time falling asleep. Well, eventually I did. Flopped around a lot at night, and what time did I wake up? Oh yeah, 4:30 this morning. 4:30, got up for a little bit, drank water. I took a Tylenol because I was getting some head pain at the back of my head again. Laid back down, woke up at 6, woke up at 6:30, and got up at 10 to 7. But today, I feel like I can move around the house a little bit. I'm getting a little hot right now, just feeling a little sweaty just sitting here. But I feel like I'm able to move around and do a little bit around the house, which is kind of an awesome feeling. And hopefully this will all go away soon. But I can give you an update over the next few days. And I have had a vaccine. I've had the vaccination. So you can get COVID with the vaccine. And you can spread COVID with the vaccine. Makes you wonder a few things, doesn't it? Absolutely. Take care of yourself. If you got any questions, put some questions in, because I won't be posting this until it's all done, or when I can get around to it. So, don't have a whole lot of energy. The main thing also too is just your face, for me anyway, has been so plugged. The drainage has been clear, just a lot of plugging. And then yet today, kind of everything opened up. And I get allergies too. Ooh, I think I'm going through a change. I have allergies too. And but right now I can really breathe really good out of both my nostrils, which is kind of unusual. Yet I can't smell. It seemed as though I had a glimpse of smell when I opened a candle and stuck my face in there. It was like it wanted to smell, but it just totally went away. And eating things is interesting because you have the texture, so you're familiar with the texture, but you just can't taste. I get salt, I get sweet, and I get bitter. Took a swallow of my wife's coffee yesterday, I think it was. Oh my goodness, all it was just nasty, nasty, horrible, bitter. Yuck, yuck. So what are the kind of interesting things about having COVID? I mean, you can't taste your food, so you could take your groceries, like eat half of them, take them back to the store, return them, and say, hey, these just have no flavor at all. I just can't believe you sell this stuff. Can I have my money back? Or what I like too is that my wife can fart, and they're usually pretty nasty. Totally fine. Totally fine. I mean, deep breaths. It's all good. Oh, another thing that I failed to mention, that my heart rate has been unusual through all of this. It still is. I'll notice my heart beating, kind of occasionally skip a beat, and then my pulse will just race for what seems like no reason. So resting pulse has been high. I have an oximeter that I put on my finger, and I've tested that. It's been upper 90s yet, so that my oxygen levels have been good. My pulse has been weird. Resting rate's been like 80. And then when I say it goes fast, it's up as high as like 112 resting. So that just a little unnerving there. Don't know what's going on with that. But yeah, that's a little weird. But glad I remembered to mention that. Another neat thing without being able to smell is that I don't have to plug my nose when I drive past the mill. And I gotta do that eventually. Don't know how long it'll take for that sense of smell and taste to come back. Hopefully it's not too far away. Questions below, and I'll answer them honestly. It is the morning of day 8, and I am excited to tell you that I went into the bathroom and I got a smell of the candle that's in here. It's like, whoa, I could smell the candle. So I went over, I picked up said candle and inhaled, and oh, there's some scent there. I can smell that. So then I went and grabbed the chest rub stuff, stuck my nose in here, and I was like, yes, I have some sense of smell back. This is fantastic. Beginning of day 8. Slept pretty restless again, fell asleep, was up 90 minutes later, and tried to be in the same bed with my wife, and that didn't work. So I left. But I did sleep pretty good from after midnight until 4 something. So that's good. At least I'm getting some sleep anyway. Do you like the rugged look? I don't know. I mentioned an oximeter. This is what they look like here. I had one of these already. So it checks your pulse rate and how much oxygen is in your blood. Something like that. Don't know how, but it's pretty cool. It displays it right there. So it's very simple. I turn it on. I put middle finger in. I don't know if it'll work standing up here. Oh, so beginning of day 8, some good news there with the sense of smell. I haven't tried to taste anything yet. I've just been drinking hot water lately, 'cause no reason to waste tea. Something I did like to eat when I had no taste at all was a sliced up apple. Like the texture, I could tell that it was sweet, had some sour to it, so I'd cut up an apple. I like that a bit. Last night, craved pizza. Wife brought home a pizza. Cooked that up, crispy, crunchy, cheesy. Couldn't taste it, but it felt good to eat it, so I enjoyed that. Let's see, anything else? Oh yeah, something else. A simple little pleasure. For day 7 yesterday, I put on a pair of shoes. And I walked around with shoes on. And it felt good to have shoes on. Yeah, it did. So who we got? We got the oxygen level is 98. And my pulse rate still kind of ridiculously high in the upper 80s. Yeah. That's high. Before COVID, my resting pulse rate was in the low 60s or upper 50s. So, yeah, 84. But oxygen is good. Nope, I'm not flipping you off. Check out that oxygen level there. Change? Okay. All right. More later. Oh yeah, and still improving. Getting better. I noticed some of my strength returning yesterday. So that was nice as well. Still get the hotness thing going on, which is weird. But I'm not chilly. I'm not just shivering like when I had that fever before. It is the morning of day 9. So let's go back to yesterday. I was all very excited about being able to smell. I was feeling pretty good. And then everything just crashed down. Did not feel good most of the day. And by evening, I lost my sense of smell again. It was just weird. But then, bedtime. Woo. I got some good sleep. Good sleep. It was most excellent. I didn't get out of bed till like almost 10. Slept a lot. The side pain, still have some side pain yet, which is weird. But I was able to sleep really well with it. That was fine. I have a cough yet. Now I'm starting to cough up goo. It's like my face is just got a lot of snot going on. Just a lot of snot. I can breathe pretty well out of my nose, so that's good. Still coughing, obviously. Not as much of a dry cough anymore. It's got some crap in there. But feeling a little better still. Chest just kind of impacted in the head. Kind of feels like there's corks in my ears. Like I'm on an airplane and I need to swallow and to clear it, but it just won't clear. It's a plugged head. Yeah, and I can smell a little bit again this morning. I'm not going to get overly excited about it. Try to take it easy today. Don't overdo it. But I really need to get some laundry done. Whew. I'll give you more reports as I progress. But yeah, what do you think of the facial hair? Kind of trim that up under my neck, so that feels better. This is so weird. Weird. It grows faster on my face and in my ears than anywhere, really. I used to pull my ear hair out like once a week when I was younger, so I didn't scare kids when I'm performing stuff with nasty ear hair. Now I gotta trim my ear hair twice a day. It's awful. Just, no, not quite that much. It is now late afternoon, day 9. I have a little bit of taste back, a little bit of smell, so that's still pretty awesome. What really bothering me is when I inhale through my nose, it just burns back up in my head. Just burns. Very annoying. Burn. Afternoon, yeah, still not feeling as good as I did this morning. This morning I felt pretty good. I am thankful that I was able to have enough energy to do the laundry today too. So things are coming around. I'm very sad about tomorrow, as I am not allowed to go to church for Christmas Eve. Yeah, I'm bummed. But anywho, I'm alive. Day 10 update. Just an overall feeling of yuck today. I sure was hoping I'd be a bit better, but no, it's just all in my head, this pressure in my head and in my face, and just this headache. Not a bad headache, just a headache. Not coughing a whole lot. Didn't sleep real good. Was up every 3 hours pretty much, but wasn't coughing. Oh, it just drags on and on. But tomorrow I'm allowed to be with people. Yes, that's good news. See what happens. This is day 12 of COVID. I've been cleared from quarantine. I can go out. I was out yesterday. Still have a cough. It kind of feels like I just have a cold yet that just doesn't want to go away. It's all in my face. I feel a little bit in my chest when I cough yet. I have a headache that doesn't ever seem to go away. It gets better, but it doesn't go away. And that's at the front of my face, like in the morning, and then in the evening, it kind of creeps up from the backside. So that's my update. Definitely feeling better, like I want to go do things. So that's great. Don't know how long it'll take for this cold-like feelings to go away, but I am so looking forward to it. It is day 28 of the COVID experience. I'm feeling a lot better. Pretty much things wrapped up after day 14. Still had a cold-like symptoms for quite a while. Still have a little bit of snot, but maybe that's just allergies or being winter in Wisconsin. Around day 14, the headaches went away. That was a big relief. Had headaches all the time. Yeah, now those are gone, so that's great. The sense of smell and taste is improving. I can smell now. That wasn't so bad when you had just a little bit of smell and you couldn't smell the nasty, stinky things. It was nice not to have to turn on the fan in the bathroom after somebody used it. So that was okay. Taste is coming around. It's good. It's good to be able to taste and experience food again. It's still not 100%, but it's coming around. It's improving. One thing that really bothered me and still does, I'm just a little concerned, is COVID seemed to mess up my insides. I'm not regular like I used to be. The pooping thing, yeah, talk pooping, but it's not the way it should be. It's a very regular person, and now I'm irregular, although some people would argue that point. What else? Ooh, yeah, feeling a little better. Yeah, COVID has really messed things up as far as work goes. Just not getting the gigs that I normally would. I tell people I miss two things. I miss having an income, and I miss the stage. But of those two things, I miss the stage the most. I really want to be out there performing, talking to school kids, doing school assemblies, county fairs, performing at churches, just all sorts of things that I like to do, and I'm not able to do that. Hopefully that'll come around. Hopefully this video helps you a little bit. If you haven't had COVID yet, you can experience what it might be like through other people's eyes. Hopefully this will all get knocked out really soon. Thanks for watching. Questions below and I'll answer those really soon. So thanks for watching. Bye-bye.